Welcome back to House of Heroes Nocturnal Nerd. I'm Fred,
I'm Eugene.
and tonight we're talking about Comic Con. It was not less than a week ago, and right now we're talking about what happened there. I'm going to be covering DC, Warner Brothers, stuff like that. Eugene here is going to be covering the Marvel side. Take it away.
I'm going to do the trailers and stuff. The first trailer I saw was Thor Ragnarok. That was actually a very interesting trailer because you get to see Hulk actually speaking intelligently, which is the first time in the whole Marvel movie that actually introduced Hulk. But also it gives like perfect see Hela at a different point of view. You see them trying to break out Loki from the collectors, Grandmaster's prison.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Grandmaster, yeah. The brother of Collector.
Makes you wonder how he got there in the first place.
I think the same way. I think the same way that Thor, how Thor got captured.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was the same way.
Then someone actually leaked the Infinity War trailer. It shows like Thor getting, which is like the funny way of referencing to Thor first movie, how he get hit by a car and get picked up, but this time he got hit on a windshield by the Guardian of the Galaxy guys, and he wakes up like, who the hell are you guys? Now Inhuman, Fred didn't like the trailer at first, the first trailer, but the new trailer that came out actually
I will admit
calmed him down a bit.
I will admit the second trailer far better. It made me interested.
And then the what you call Defender trailer, that actually makes me want to see the show even more because like you see Elektra comes back with no memory of her past. She's like fighting the Defenders at first, and then you also get a sneak peek of Punisher.
Which I enjoy.
And what else? And then you hear Stanley talking about like his view of superheroes. Like you don't need to be in costume or superpower to be heroes. You have to have the heart to stand up to injustice, and which is like pretty interesting. Like proverb from Stanley.
I noticed that especially with the Defenders, one of the Defenders trailers is that they technically somewhat use that as the tagline, because if you notice, none of the Defenders actually have costumes or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're just out to do the right thing. So I thought I love Stanley with, especially after the morning of his wife had just passed away not even 2 weeks before, and so for him to especially come out for Comic-Con, it shows that not only he still loves his wife, but he realizes that he still has a job.
He actually did the cement ceremony at LA a couple weeks ago during the Comic Con.
That makes sense.
The what do you call it, the mayor, the
Memorial?
the whole city of LA actually gave him his own cement ceremony, which was like, wow. Kudos to him, right? I mean,
I would say it should have said both Stanley and Jack Kirby to me, because of, if it wasn't for Jack Kirby
and Steve Ditko, right?
and Steve Ditko, a lot of the characters or a lot wouldn't ever exist, from Spider-Man to the Fantastic Four to Hulk to Thor.
So they also announced that I think most of us not happy is like they're making Punisher into a war machine.
I'll see. I don't read as much Marvel. I need to read more Marvel. I've been reading a lot, like the infamous Iron Man stuff like that, or the new Hulk run, which fan-freaking-tastic. But he reads more Marvel stuff, so I'm just gonna let it simmer. I'm just gonna let it see what they're gonna do with it. So I'm just gonna pass on that.
Well, and What else?
Well, the shows. Anything new about the shows?
Inhuman looks amazing. I'm actually excited to see that. The Gifted, the X-Men Gifted. That's gonna be interesting. How it's like, because it's not gonna be part of the X-Men timeline again. Fox is screwing out with the timeline,
Okay.
but they're known for that. Also, they announced that Fox is thinking about making a Doctor Doom movie.
I hope they do. It'd be awesome.
The Noah Haley, the guy who does Legion, wants to direct it.
Ooh, I could see that.
And they're gonna give him his actual Doctor Doom-ness in it.
Good. Like he has to be from Latveria. His mom was sacrificed to a demon.
Because because we haven't seen an actual Doctor Doom in the past. Like they always
Yeah.
screw him up all the time. It's like
He's always a businessman or a hacker or a smart guy, but he's never someone from Latveria that wants to conquer, not conquer the world, but a smart person from Latveria that builds up and technically conquers a country and have it as his home. Like we never seen that version of Doctor. We haven't seen a traditional Doctor Doom. We've always seen a version of Doctor Doom.
okay, so here's another interesting is Thor and Loki carrying gun in Thor Ragnarok, which is going interesting. Is like
No, I don't see anything. I don't see any problems with that. One, Thor doesn't have his hammer anymore, so he needs a new weapon.
right.
So it makes sense that okay, I'm gonna be packing with a new.
I speculate he's gonna get a new hammer soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if.
Because Doctor Strange is in this one too, so
Oh, what I think is going to happen is that.
because he's one of the main characters in Thor Ragnarok. So
So I think what's going to happen is once they get Loki back, what Thor's going to do is he's going to have Doctor Strange repair his hammer. By using a spell or something like that. To reverse time to where it didn't happen.
Ooh. Yeah, he's gonna use we're gonna see Eye of Agamotto again,
Maybe.
Time Stone.
Alright,
Because that's the only way he can return.
that's true.
So, Fred, I'm gonna pass it on to you about DC stuff.
Alright. One. Biggest thing that dropped for Comic Con. Justice League. They dropped the new Justice League trailer. It looked amazing. You could tell they really emphasized on a lot more of they're a lot more lighthearted, a lot more comedy is in it, a lot more. You can say they're having more fun with this. Especially, I think my favorite scene. I have two favorite scenes. One is the one where Aquaman is riding a terror demon down through the sky, and he crashes through the building, and he surfs it all the way out of the building, and then just jumps off of it like it's nothing has ever happened.
I do. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I do like Flash in it. Yeah, I like when he's it looks better than the show Flash, and I like how like they slow down when he's breaking the window, just pointing his finger at it.
I will admit also, Flash was actually another great thing. I love the scene where right after, like you see Commissioner Gordon is talking, and he turns around, all the other heroes are gone except for Flash, and Flash even realizes it. He's just like, "Oh, that was rude," and he just looks at and he just runs. But at least Commissioner Gordon's like, "At least I got to see him leave." But like. I will admit this. You can tell they're also hinting at Green Lanterns are going to make their appearance. Maybe not in the movie, but they're going to emphasize on them. And Superman is going to make his return, which I'm happy about. 2, they gave out the release date for Wonder Woman 2. Be coming out in 2019. Since Wonder Woman is a gigantic hit, it's already made over $780 million worldwide. I'll tell you the truth, if it stays for maybe 2, 3 more weeks, it could maybe it might hit the 800 echelon. I am proud of them with what Gal Gadot has been able to do with the character. Still one of my favorite movies of the year. What else? They actually showed footage of Aquaman at San Diego Comic Con. I haven't got to see it. I'm kind of saddened by that because I'm a Momoa fan. So I've seen a lot of his films, even his TV appearances. So I'm just glad they're not done with the movie yet, but they're getting near. So I can't wait for next year.
Also, this is Josh Trank. Not Josh Trank. Josh Whedon's film. Because
Yes and no.
no.
Zack Snyder still is. He filmed the majority of the film. All Josh Whedon is doing is he's doing little rewrites to the script and he's refilming, reshooting certain scenes. That's it. That's mainly it.
He also is he's editing some of Wonder Woman stuff in Justice League.
Editing stuff.
Oh, they said like he's adding a little more to her in the movie. Well, that's what I heard.
I don't know if that's true. I didn't read any reports on that. All I know is that he was just he was just doing reshoots, mainly re-editing the script. That's it. I'm trying to think what other movies, especially from DC.
Talk about the TV show, the Arrow.
I wanted to do movies, then I'll do TV.
Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to think if there's any other anything else they dropped at Comic-Con. Oh yeah, one other thing. Ben Affleck, still Batman. As much as the reports were stating that he was going to leave Batman after Justice League, I didn't really believe the reports because, one, there weren't really any concrete evidence of him leaving. Two, it was a lifelong dream of Ben Affleck to play Batman, and for him and he's even stated that the only reason why he played Daredevil was because he didn't think he would get a chance to play Batman. Now that he is, do you really think he's going to give that up that easily? So, plus he's already stated that the director wants to do a trilogy. He's down for it. He's already stated that he's down for it. He's in his early 40s, so by the time they end the trilogy, he could be in his late 40s, early 50s by the time they end the trilogy. And that'd be the perfect time to pass the mantle on.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So, besides that, I think TV-wise, we have season 6 Arrow, which the end of season 5 was amazing. Season 4 of Flash, which it looks pretty good. I hope it really does well.
They say they're actually it's going based on the Flash Rebirth storyline. How he comes out of the Speed Force.
I hope they don't really do that because what I want them to do is more of a traditional, come up with their own stuff. Because I don't mind the movies doing that, but if you depend too much on the comic books, you start to lose. They're just gonna want a movie version or an animated version of it instead. Because if you do that version, you can hit the big plot points of those things. That's why I was okay with the villain of Savitar from last season, because it was a spin on who was truly his enemy at the time.
Mm-hmm. So
I was cool with. I'm happy with that. I'm happy about Legends of Tomorrow season 3.
Any news about that?
They are. I think the cast from season 2 is back for season 3.
Okay.
I don't think they're adding anyone new. They haven't announced anyone new. They're going to have other people show up through the series throughout the season, but I think they're going to keep the core group. Season 3 of Supergirl. I can't wait for it. Me and my little brother have been going through the series. So far, I really enjoyed season 2. So to see them actually focus on Supergirl a lot, but the one thing I didn't like about season 1 was when they emphasize on girl power. That, like, I don't mind when they emphasize on girl power, but when you have to do almost every other episode, girl power, girl power. You see, when you start losing your male audience at the same time, I understand you want your female audience, but at the same time, you got to pander to everyone. That's why in season 2, I loved how they did it. I thought they should keep that up, see how well that goes for the rest of the series. The new series that's coming out soon, Black Lightning, which everyone can't wait for. It's actually a hero that's coming out of retirement to bring down justice. And it's actually pretty cool because he's actually the principal for his daughter, his second daughter's high school. And he's divorced. Like, he still loves his wife, but he realized that they can't be together. And it's really cool because they've already stated that the daughters have their powers. Like, the oldest one is already experimenting with hers, while the youngest one is will come into her own powers later. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that series. I know one other announcement they were hinting at, or they announced right before Comic-Con, was the Teen Titans series that they're going to be dropping. Right now they're casting. So by next Comic-Con, we'll find out who the cast is. Can't wait for that. They also dropped more stuff for Teen Titans Go, Justice League Action. They finally dropped what's going to be the new season of Young Justice called Young Justice Outsiders, which I can't wait for. They even showed the designs of all the characters. Also from Warner Brothers, they're already showing Ready Player One, which is which a lot of people can't wait for because they said the book is amazing. I might pick up and read the book before the movie comes out. Like, the visuals are beautiful. Like, they even showed Iron Giant running around and the DeLorean being driven throughout the trailer. So it's going to be one heck of a movie. And then, like, a few other things. Like, right before Comic-Con, they had announced there's going to be a new Doctor because the 12th Doctor is stepping down. A lot of people were angry about who the 13th Doctor is because it's a female. I think it's stupid because they've already stated in the series that the Time Lords can change gender at any point when they regenerate. So for them, for a Time Lord to turn into a female or turn into a male, it makes sense. So it never bothered me, and I thought it was actually pretty cool that they had a send off for the 12th Doctor at Comic-Con too.
I think the only reason that people are not happy is because, one, it's some people are less sketchy about gender change.
They had one of their biggest villains, the Master, turn into a woman. Why would the Doctor not turn into a woman? That's stupid. That shows how close-minded you are.
Oh, hey, people give crap to Wonder Woman because one, she's her race, and the actress.
Yeah, but she still got hate because she was a former soldier. The actress Gal Gadot, yes, she was a former soldier.
Oh, also they're announcing the Flash movie will be a Flashpoint.
I hope it's not. I really hope it's not Flashpoint because that's stupid.
Because
it's too early for a Flashpoint.
Because that means there's two Flash already done.
Flashpoint, yeah.
We're just gonna confuse a lot of people.
Well, that's all for the news for tonight. I'm Fred.
I'm Eugene. Have a good night and see you next week.
All right. I'm gonna upload it and just leave my phone here.